Welcome back, all our 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ.
And I'm Lane.
The Steelers lost, man. I had this whole thing propped.
That doesn't affect me.
Yeah, it doesn't affect you. It affects me a lot. Steelers lost. Tomlin's gone, which actually they did it they didn't fire him. They kind of, I think they gave him one of the, hey, I think
I don't know who you're talking about.
And Aaron Rodgers will probably be gone too, which that one I'm happy about.
Okay.
Oh, exactly. Someone out there knows, because someone out there watches football as well as watching us bring them another Warhammer 40K battle report.
Look at that.
Look at
Talk about this 40K.
Segue. And today we are bringing you two brand new Warhammer 40K detachments. One for the Space Marines, technically, correct?
Technically, yes.
Technically Space Marines. And one for the Necrons, which I'm very excited about, because those who have known that I've seen me play Necrons over the years, I've been love the cult. I love Destroyer Cult. Some of the best looking models in the Necron army. Scorpex are awesome. Locusts are even really sweet. The problem is it always comes up short. The Annihilation Legion is probably the worst detachment in, I would say probably one of the top 5 worst detachments in the game. And it just didn't do him any benefits. But now we have a detachment as well as a brand new Necron character that actually might make this thing have some legs. And as someone figured out in the comment section, yes, I've been saying have legs because of tons of Scorpex this entire time. And Lane is playing something that he's nothing completely traditional, something he's probably going to be very rusty with, that he has no experience with. DeathWatch?
Yes, I'm playing DeathWatch again. All right, listen. I played DeathWatch for the last couple times on the channel, but that was my competitive list in the Black Spirit Task Force. We are trying out the Bastion Task Force because it focuses on battle line units, and DeathWatch has a couple very good battle line options, specifically the DeathWatch Vets, of which I am running 3 squads today. So we'll see how they benefit and how they benefit the rest of the army.
Yeah, and for those, Lane did ask me, he's like, should I really play DeathWatch again? Unfortunately, fortunately, depending on which side you're on, Space Marines, there are so many factions, so many armies, so many detachments through the different flavors of Space Marines that it's really hard to not represent this game without running Space Marines as much as we do sometimes because of how many different flavors there are. And again, I mean, yes, you're running DeathWatch per se, but here it is, another detachment. I mean, realistically, I don't know if you know offhand, but just Codex Space Marine and the number of detachments, like how many detachments are there alone with just the Marine Codex?
You ask. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. That's a lot. But yeah, we have 2 new detachments. For the Destroyer Cult, this one of the biggest issues I have is the lack of defense that the previous cult, Annihilation Legion, brought. That's why a lot of times when I'd run cult, I'd run it out of Awakened Dynasty, so I'd have some sort of defense, even if it was with strats and that. This one, we have the ability to attach a Technomancer to a squad of Scorpex to give a 5-up feel no pain. That's what I'm doing. You can do other things, but this is what I'm doing. And the fact that we're able to bring another very durable unit that hasn't seen much play since the Codex hit in the Lich Guard and give them more mobility, a lot more mobility, a lot more damage output in some aspects of it, and advance and charge options, which is pretty cool. So Lane, what's our answer?
17.
17.
There are 17 detachments in the Space Marine Codex now. A couple of them are kind of duplicates where you have like the Firestorm Assault Force and then the Forge Fathers thing where you have the one that you can use as salamanders and one that's specific to salamanders. A couple of those. But yeah, it's still 17 different detachments.
Well,
and if we're going to try a new Space Marine detachments, I mean, I could run Ultramarines or I could do what I do best and play it in DeathWatch.
And speaking of which, let's go take a look at this list and what Lane's bringing today.
Now, if you want to know more about the datasheets, detachments, enhancements, stratagems, and how we plan to use everything in the game, please go check out our separate army list videos. We go into great detail there. But for now, here is a quick rundown. This is exactly 2,000 points of DeathWatch in the Bastion Task Force. We do have a captain in Gravis armor who has the Hero of the Chapter enhancement. We have 2 chaplains, one of which has the Blades of Valor enhancement. That'll be the guy with the bald head. We have a lieutenant with Eye of the Primarch. Of course, we have a lieutenant with a combi weapon. Then we've got not 1, not 2, but 3 squads of DeathWatch vets. All of them are going to be kit about the same way. 4 heavy thunderhammers, 4 storm shields, 3 with power swords, 1 with a xenophase blade, a black spear blade, and 1 frag cannon, all those squads. We do also have a Decimus kill team. They're going to be led by the lieutenant to give all their guns precision. So that's why I'm using them today, because we got 2 of the guys with the Infernus heavy bolters. 2 of them will have the plasma, the Hellblasters. 2 of the Phobos guys with their bolt rifles. And then, of course, 2 guys with storm shields, and then 2 of the power sword / xenophase blade guys. And for the rest of the battle line, we do have 1 5-man of intercessors just to give out those Auspex cans. And of course, their ability to sticky objectives is so good. We do have 2 rhinos, because DeathWatch vets do fit into rhinos. We have 1 squad of assault intercessors with jump packs. We do have 1 Indomitor kill team, 3 aggressors with bolters and grenades, 3 eradicators, 2 bolters, and 2 heavy bolters. And then we have the Talon Strike kill team with plasmas all around. DJ, what are you bringing today?
So I'm giving Lane a 10-point advantage here because I'm coming in at 1990 with this list. And this is the Cursed Legion. So this detachment, all my Destroyer Cult units get +2 strength to all of their weapons. And then if one of those cult units destroy or take a unit below half strength, the rest of my army that is not cult will then also get +2 strength. Fortunately for me, nothing in this army does not have cult. Well, in a way, we'll get there. So we have 2 3-man squads of Ophidian Destroyers, Bumpy Downey choices. We have 1 squad of Locust Heavy Destroyers with Gauze Destructor, 1 3-man squad of Locust Heavy Destroyers with the Erratic Exterminator, a 6-man squad of Locusts that are going to be led by a Locust Lord with the Nanoscarab Casket, a 6-man squad of Scorpex led by a Technomancer with the Murder Mine so he can lead them, 2 3-mans of Scorpex, 3 single Scorpec Lords, and then as far as other characters we have, we are, I'm sorry, 10 Lich Guard led by a Overlord with Translocation Shroud, a single Hexmark Destroyer. And no, that's not a Luminar Xeris. I just want to use him to taunt Lane. And because he's the exact same size, Luminar Xeris is going to be playing the role of Necrosaur, since Necrosaur has not been released to the public, and we're the public.
Yeah, we are public. That's correct.
Yeah, that's
no special privileges from GW for us.
No, not yet. We love it. Just Necrons. Just Necrons. But no, and also, very big point. We decided to not record this Monday so that I could sit and watch the Steelers game. Kind of wish I would have played 40K instead. But because of that, we got to see this morning that they finally did do a rules update. And Necrosaur does not have a 5-up Feel No Pain. So for this video, Necrosaur will be running as rules as written. So that's a good thing. No 5-up Feel No Pain, because I was totally going to do it.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Sadly. So I do like the fact I got a 5-up Feel No Pain over on my Scorpex. That's going to be nice to see. Some of the other issues that I've had with Cult in the past, Locust not being as damaging with only having 3 shots. Now we have access to Sustained very easily. Looking forward to seeing how that works out on 5-up crits. And then the Lich Guard. Lich Guard with a 5-inch move. With the Overlord with the enhancement on him, he's going to give them +2 to their move. So they're going to be a 7-inch move, auto advance 6, and for 1 commandular point, advance and charge option, which is used in the shooting phase. It's really worded weird. You can use it in the shooting phase to shoot and to decide to advance and shoot. And it carries until the end of the turn. So technically I can get the best of both worlds, but I mean, if you look at most of my things, they want to do one or the other, you know, for the most part. All right, Lane, how about you? Anything particular that's...
We made most of our army battle line with 3 DeathWatch vets, the Decimus kill team, and the intercessors. Plus, we turned the Indomitors into battle line with enhancement. So the only thing that's not battle line is the Talon Strike and Jump Pack intercessors and Combi Weapon Lieutenant and the Rhinos. So, yeah, it's just mostly battle line. So the whole army is going to be super flexible with the ability to advance, shoot, charge, fall back, shoot, charge, and advance and fall back and do actions if need be. So all that's coming into play here. Just hopefully I can get everything into position because it's a lot of stuff that's on foot. If you see the video, everybody's on foot, not that many jump packs. So hopefully we can get them all to where we need to get them.
I mean, I'm all on foot, kind of, sort of. My dudes are mounted.
Yeah.
The ones that don't.
Specifically not on foot if they're mounted, DJ.
Well, I mean, your guys are jumping, and there's a Rhino. The Rhino's not a foot.
Right.
All right. Let's get started. Odd or even?
Even.
And it is even. So for me, I have no scout or infiltrate.
Okay. I do have a combo weapon, Lieutenant. I'll have you drop first.
All right. And we'll be back after I say this, because I've been told Lane I was going to do this. This is Tim's Nation. It's my last name. My name is DJ. This is Lane. There's no one named Tim here. He's upstairs on the couch. That'd be my son. Just to clear things up. And we'll be back after deployment. And we are deployed. Lane, what are we doing here today?
We are playing the glorious game of Warhammer 40,000. Our deployment today is Tipping Point, and our primary mission is Burden of Trust. With Burden of Trust, you get 4 command points for each, or 4 victory points for each objective control. But you can also get some extra points by guarding objectives with units. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, if you any unit that starts on an objective can declare that they're going to guard that. It's not an action or anything. If they just stay there until the end of your opponent's turn, then they get an extra 2 points.
Yeah, this is one I requested because I haven't played this one as much, and it is probably the more complicated of the missions, I think, at least. So I want to get a couple reps in of this just in case I haven't seen it in a tournament since, hey, February, we'll be going to a tournament. All right, for deployment, I put the Locust with their Locust Lord in Strategic Reserve, as well as the Hex Markers in Deep Strike. And then everything else is on the table. So no Scorpack Lords are attached to any units. They're just hanging out on the field. From right to left, we have the Locust Heavy Destroyers here, ready to take up good firing positions. Not a lot of targets from this game, but you know, if I can get them to harass a Rhino, they're really, really strong going into something like that. We got our Scorpacks here with the Technomancer, Scorpack Lord back here. Our Locust Heavies with the Enigmatic Exterminators, a little bit shorter range. Xeris, as mentioned, is going to be playing the role of Necrosaur. He does get lone op when within 3 inches of a cult unit, so he's lone opping up there. Squad of Scorpacks hiding in here in the walls. Ophidians back here. Ophidians back here. Scorp Lord, and Scorpacks over here. And then our big brick of Lichguard right here with their Lord with a Translocation Shroud. Over to Lane. What do you got?
In Deep Strike, we do have our Talon Strike waiting to come in and do a little damage there. Over in the corner, we have a DeathWatch Vet Squad. They're going to wait to kind of follow up into a Rhino. Once that Rhino is empty, we have a DeathWatch Vet Squad with the Chaplain. With the enhancement to give them extra AP here. Jump Pack Intercessors ready to go forward into the middle. We have the Decimus Kill Team with the Lieutenant that gives them precision. So if DJ puts any characters out there, I can see. I'm going to try and snipe. What are you doing?
I'm breaking things. I was trying to show the dudes.
So the Decimus with precision will be here. The Indomitor Kill Team is here with the Captain with the enhancement that gives them battle line. So they'll be able to do all the fun business too. Intercessors and another Rhino full of Deathwatch Vets with a Chaplain.
Did you mention about him right over here?
No, we don't mention him because he's secret and sneaky. That's our combi weapon lieutenant ready to go and do get on an objective, do some actions for us.
He sure has gotten a lot of miles for you lately.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every Space Marine list has him because he's good.
All right. Well, let's see who goes first. That does not tell us who goes first.
Well, let's do it again.
That tells us who goes first, and it looks like it will be the Necron. So, Lane, do you have any scout moves?
Nope.
All right. Well, it's time to play the game. Well, I'm pretty sure I drew the absolute worst 2 secondary cards you could draw in this scenario. I got a Tempting Target. This is literally impossible for me to get to on turn 1. And Mark for Death. Lane, what'd you pick?
Stuff over here.
Yeah, exactly. So impossible for me to get. And with that being said, I discarded Mark for Death to keep Tempting Target. And then kind of based my turn around that of like, okay, what might I be able to do next turn? So I just kind of opened up my board state a little bit. Move these guys over here. Yeah, Lane can move out and get some shots. But we gotta, we want to make some board presence. We want to get some pressure out here. And at least then now we're making a push at that objective for Tempting Target for next turn. And then over here, we are utilizing the fact that these guys will count as a Destroyer Cult unit because of the enhancement and moved our Necrosaur, not Illuminator Xeris up to tag the objective, just so we have that objective to start work from there. He'll have Lone Op for now, making it more difficult for Lane to get on me. And if he decides to try to chance a very long advance and charge with like the Indominators back here, then he's going to have to deal with him, who is flat 3 damage, on a fight first and a potential heroic intervention. So a bunch of perks over there. We did throw some advanced dice for some other things, like we threw it for them, we threw it for the Scorpex, we even threw it for the Scorpec Lord. No one really wanted to run. Everyone's still kind of waking up. So, yeah, that's it for my turn. No damage done, no points scored, and over to Lane in the Deathwatch.
For my first turn, I pulled Engage in all fronts and Area Denial. The Engage will be a big 1 point. Area Denial should be a nice 5 points, so we'll see how that goes. The Indomitors advanced, rolled a big 1 on their advance. That doesn't matter. It will be enough for them to get some shots down on the Scorpex down here. We did it with them. The Rhino with the Deathwatch vets moved in here, tucked in there nice and cozy. The Decimus scooching over here. JPI jumped up and got on the objective for Area Denial. We have the Rhino with the other Deathwatch vets here, and then the Deathwatch vets on foot are just following up close behind so they can reload that Rhino once we launch some guys up. And the Combi Weapon Lieutenant is brave as can be, holding that objective right there. That's it for movement. The only shooting we're going to have is these guys are going to shoot downtown into the Scorpex. The heavy bolters are 36-inch range. The bolt rifles are 30, so we do have range. And let's do a little shooting. All right, so these guys shot downtown here. I used the captain's ability to give them sustain for free because they are battle line because the enhancement. Made DJ take a bunch of saves. He made a bunch of saves and made some feel no pains because they are led by the Techno.
Yes. Enhancement lets me put a Cryptech with a Destroyer Cult unit.
So we only picked up 2 of them, and we know one will come back thanks to the reanimate. So not a lot of damage done there. I wasn't expecting to wipe the squad, but it'd be nice if I picked up another 2, especially with all my flat 3 damage. Oh, well, that's it for my turn. So we scored Area Denial and 1 point for Engage in all fronts. On to DJ.
A little better on its secondaries for this turn. We have Extend Battle Lines, as well as the Tempting Target we kept from last turn. So we're moving up and going after this. I picked up both Ophidians at the end of Lane's turn, and this squad I put down over here to hold this objective because I brought these Scorpex up, and if they're going to go running away, whooping and a walloping, I want to make sure that someone's still back here hanging out. So we got this Rhino, and we got these Intercessors here. I'm going to try and do some charging shenanigans with them and see if we can't base both of them and get in combat with both of them there too. So there's that. Move the Scorpec Lord up just to take position to be able to go at that objective in later turns or go in center. And then the Locust Heavy sat still. They will be getting the buff for heavy for not moving. And they're just going to shoot down there and try and pick a dude up. That's really, try and pick a couple dudes up because these guys are about to get vicious. I advance them 13 inches, 5-inch move plus 2 for the enhancement, auto advance 6. And then we're going to spend a command point and be able to advance and charge right into these guys. And we'll get to see how hard Necrosaur can hit as he's going to follow up and hopefully get in there too and join the fun. And then we just zoned out over here because we did pick up the Ophidian. So we used the Scorpex and Scorpec Lord to zone out for the Deep Strikers and reserves Lane has. And then just put these Ophidians right back down over here. We moved up, Lane did shoot at us in the Overwatch, killing 1 Lich Guard and doing 1 damage to 1. That's why I kept the Overlord back here, because I know Lane's been talking precision, but this wasn't an opportunity that it had precision. So, but it kept it in mind and kept the Overlord back so we didn't accidentally get him precisioned. So, that's it. Let's do some shooting. All right, so shooting and fighting rolled into 1 because shooting wasn't very much. We did shoot with the Locust. I had to move him back because I forgot I did move him and I wanted the heavy buff. Lane spent a command point to go -1 to wound. It still picked off 3 dudes. Happy days. And then we went right into fighting because it was it for shooting. So we charged in, spent a command point to let these guys advance and charge, and then also charged in Necrosaur. Necrosaur was a beat stick. He did quite a bit of damage to the Indomitors. Flat 3 damage into 3 wound models is good. Lane did spend a command point again to make me -1 to wound in there, which is probably the reason the captain is alive, because it actually did whittle off a lot of damage. These the Lich Guard are counted as Destroyer Call unit because of the enhancement, so they got the +2 strength, but that didn't matter because that put them back on wounding on 4s versus these guys, so not a lot of buff there because of that strat, real good strat. And it also put Necrosaur on wounding on 3s. But we did pick up the Indomitors, leaving just the captain alive with 3 wounds, I believe.
Yep.
So there's that. Then over here, we just charged the Rhino. but our charge was so pathetic that because of that, we were able to easily string out over here and tag the intercessors. Lane spiked his saves pretty good over here, so there's one intercessor left, even though we did do quite a good bit of damage. Spent a command point to go sustained with these guys. And then over here, same deal. We just beat on the Rhino and got it down to 3 wounds. But no destruction, so we weren't able to trigger our reanimation, sadly, because that was kind of my hope, is to get that another score pack back, reanimating after I blew something up. Didn't do it. So either way, though, we did get 9 points on secondaries because we did get our tempting target this turn, and we extended battle lines, and it's over to Lane and the DeathWatch.
On my turn, I pulled Cleanse and Assassination. So we'll try and cleanse with our combi weapon lieutenant, because that's what he does, and we'll try and assassinate with everything else. So, yeah, I forgot to move guy. Anyways, we're just going to try and kill as much as we can. So, DeathWatch vets jumped out here. They're going to mess with Anchorsaur here, as well as the...
it sounds like you said Cankersaur. Necrosaur.
He's a sore. He's a sore. Along as our intercessors and our Rhino are going to shoot at him. These guys are going to shoot and fight at him here. These guys move forward. They do have precision. They're going to try and precision out the Techno from this squad here. With shooting, and then these DeathWatch vets who are behind the Rhino are going to go in there. These DeathWatch vets were in the Rhino. They got out, moved, advanced, and they're trying to get into there and mess with that stuff over there, while the Talon Strike blast away the Ophidians here. So we're just trying to do a lot of damage in this turn. We'll see if it pays off. Let's roll some dice, see what happens. To start things off, the Intercessor shot at Necrosar and Monarch and Aragon.
Just Necrosaur.
Necrosaur. 2 of these guys are within 12 inches, so 2 of them got to shoot. No damage was done, but we did Auspex scan him. That meant when the Rhino fired his Hunter
Kisser missile.
No, not yet.
That's what it did, though. Just gave him a little kiss.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 to hit, and then re-rolled that to a 1 to hit. Thanks to the Auspex scan, we rolled 1s into 1s. Awesome. This guy, though, fired his frag cannon and got a couple through, so we did choose him down to 5 wounds. Over here...
I really want you to model a missile with some lips on it so it can be your Hunter Kisser missile.
Hunter Kisser missile. The fight phase is the kissing phase, so
that's where it is.
Then. Moving on, the Decimus, because they're led by the Lieutenant with the enhancement that gives them precision, they were able to precision out the Technomancer here. He tanked a ton of damage because he took 6 wounds from the 3 damage heavy bolters and furnace heavy bolters, but he made a bunch of saves and a bunch of feel no pains. We did get him out. That's all that really mattered, because once this DeathWatch vet squad goes in, they're going to shred that squad pretty handily. Over here, Talon Strike blasts away the Ophidians, leaving these guys a pretty clear path to charge in and do some bonks on these guys here. So, yeah, bonking is what's coming up next. Let's roll some dice and do a little punching. A brutal exchange here. Necrosaur fights first. He killed a few guys. Then I bonked over here and wiped the squad of Scorpex.
I was sitting on 2 command points, so Lane did have to make a decision on who he fought with because I could interrupt. So
then DJ interrupted here with the Lich Guard and did a lot of damage. Whittled this squad down to just 2 Thunderhammers and the Chaplain, but they were able to fight back and finish off Necrosaur when they fought. Then over here, they killed the captain in Gravis armor that was there, and then only did 1 damage to these guys. They kind of tanked some damage here. So when we fought back with the Decimus, they did some work. We killed a few of these guys. DJ did pop the Res Orb at the end of the phase. Only rolled a 1 though, so just brought 1 guy back. So we still have 5 Lich Guard plus the Overlord here. They do a lot of work. And then over here, charged in with these guys. They charged into the Scorpec Lord and then piled into the Destroyers.
The Locust Heavies, yeah.
Locust Heavy Destroyers over there. And we finished off the Scorpec Lord and left 1 of these guys with 2 wounds left. And that was it. So a lot of smashing in here, but of course we're kind of exposed now on the table. So DJ will be able to smash us back. Cleansed once with the Combi Weapon Lieutenant and did successfully assassinate in a couple places.
All right, going in Necron turn, we got Bring It Down, and what was the other one I got? Engage on all fronts. So Bring It Down, it's really not, there's not really a good angle for me to get on this dude, to be able to hit him.
Lane still kind of has me zoned out. So we'll go after engage on all fronts and spend the CP on it, sadly. Because I have another plan. I have another plan to try to kind of reduce Lane's assets to make it easier for me to score in the later turns of the game. So, Lane's all on board. What can we do? Well, this Locust, he passed his battle shock, but only reanimated once. So he's still by himself with 3 wounds left. He's just going to sit there, sit still, and shoot, and maybe he'll pick a dude off. We did move these guys up. They are actually on that upper level. So we're going to rain destruction down on these guys, hopefully. That's the plan. Over here, we did bring in the Hex Mark to get it engaged on all fronts. And we brought the Locust in over here just to take out these 5 dudes here. I know it seems like overkill, but I'm really dedicating on the fact that I'm kind of trying to take over this side of the map, this long table edge, and I'm doing a pretty good job. I have a good presence. We just have this big unit left to deal with, and then we've neutralized a lot of threats over there. The Indomitor kill team, another veteran kill team. So hopefully the Scorpec Lord will be enough to charge in there and help us do some damage. We picked the Ophidians up for secondary purposes and then just put them right back down here. They have a 9-inch into these guys. Or if I want to spend a command point, I can make it go +2 to my charge since I'm already in engagement. That might be something I do. And I think that's about it for the turn, for the movement phase. Yeah, let's do some shooting and see if we can't get some of these pesky Marines off my table. Well, shooting phase. Things went as planned and things went didn't. These guys, I planned for them to shoot a lot of shots. I planned for them to hit a lot of hits. I planned for them to put a lot of wounds. I didn't plan for Lane to save a lot of saves. So we didn't really do that much damage over here. Only picked up 3 dudes out of this squad. So I think we're about to trade sides with Lane over here. And then over here, the Hexmark, he valiantly tried to be the one to take down the vehicle. Got 2 wounds through, so he's down to 1. We may just have to try and charge this thing and see if a Hexmark can punch a tank into oblivion. And then over here, the Locust, I didn't spend any extra CP, just let their lethals do their job and pick up the 5-man kill team over here. We'll still have to move on the objective to actually take it because it's currently stickied, but we'll get there. At least we're clearing this side, like as I mentioned. Now it's time to do some fighting in the middle. We're going to get in here with the Scorpec Lord and these Scorpecs and see if we can't pick up some more Marines. So we got a little bloody over here. The Ophidians stuck their charge, and this detachment really does boost their strength. Taking their strength 4 up to strength 6 was very, very nice, and they were able to clear those last 3 guys so that my Overlord could come over here and pack a punch into the Decimus kill team over here. The Scorpec Lord didn't do very much. His impact damage wasn't there, and even his smacks, he really didn't do very much in there, but hey, he's big, he's chunky, and he's there. He's trying. So we got the Decimus kill team down to what looks like 6 models, so only 4 out of there in total, I guess, plus character maybe.
Yeah, you've killed 5 guys. So
5 guys because character's still there. Yeah, so character's still hanging out there, but we'll keep doing some work onto them into Lane's turn. And then the Scorpecs successfully made their charge and picked up that Junk Pack Intercessor. So that was good. Hexmark didn't make his charge to finish off the tank. No. But that's going to be it. So we pitched Bring It Down. I know I probably could have kept it and taken out that vehicle, but I don't want to chase that thing around for points for the rest of the game. And I kind of want the CP. But I did get engaged on all fronts for 4 points, so that kind of offsets a little bit that I got the full on engage. So that's it for my turn. Over to Lane in the DeathWatch.
All right, so for this turn, I pulled Marked for Death and Sabotage. So Marked for Death is going to be the Ophidians, the Scorpecs, and the Scorpec Lord. I'll see if I can shoot these guys a little bit. I picked this on my Gamma, these kiddos in the middle, because we got to do something about them. I did oath these guys. So we're going to shoot them with the Talon Strike. Talon Strike jumped over here, and then I lost 4 guys to the Overwatch from these guys. Brutal. And then these guys moved forward. They didn't have to worry about Overwatch over there. So we're going to charge in, try and steal DJ's home objective, and go from there. Of course, the Decimus fell back because they can fall back and shoot and charge because they are battle line. Neat. Let's see if we can do some destruction. So I started off by having the Lieutenant here shoot down and tag these destroyers here because he is part of a battle line unit, and I aspect scanned them. Now, the reason I did that, they were already oathed. but that way I could give these guys sustained when they're shooting into a scanned target. And we did pick up all the guys and do some damage to this Overlord guy or whatever he is.
I'm a firm believer in the 5-up feel no pain on these guys because, as I said, I lost the Locust. I never got a chance for the Res Orb.
Yeah.
So the Res Orb would have been useless because you can only use it on a unit. So now I got a 5-up feel no pain. He's still alive. I'll heal D3 wounds and send him out there.
Yep. And then, and we did some shooting here, and we're able to pick up the Ophidians, so we got our marked for death target, Nito Burrito, and the Chaplain got this guy down to 1 wound over here, so, yeah, that's what we did. So it's time to charge. Got to do some work here. Really want to clear out all this business here. It's going to be tough. We'll see how our charge rolls go. So in the fight phase, we were able to bonk through and pick up the rest of the Lich Guard, but left the Overlord here. He smacked back and killed a couple of my guys there as well. Over here, this DeathWatch Vet Squad charged both the Scorpec Lord and the Scorpex, and was able to finish off both those squads. These guys were able to charge in and finish off the heavies there. Just lots of bonks. The heavy Thunderhammers are really good when you get full rerolls to wound, or full rerolls to hit into Xenos. So very productive bonking there. Didn't finish off.
No, Hexmark actually won this fight.
Yeah, he did damage over there, but yeah, that's it. So lots of damage done. We got marked for death for 5 sabotages pending.
So establish locus and recover assets are what we're looking at for this turn. Neither one is something I'm really in position to do. I kind of want to try and get primary points on 5 and see how we go from there. So it's because this is going to be rough, just for where I'm at in position, but I think we can do some damage. We'll see. So we move the Scorpex up, move the Scorpec Lord up, and we're going to try and charge and get rid of this kill team right here. Then Overlord's hanging out here. He did reanimate good. I think he can handle these 3 dudes. I think he's well suited for that task. And then my we reanimated really well on these guys. My reanimations have not been key until now. And then the Locust Lord moved up, and he's going to charge and go into him to fight to take that. I might reconsider. Maybe I'll have him establish a Locust just to get the points because I can't take this objective unless I blow up that vehicle. So maybe that's the better play now that I think about it. So other than that, this Locust Lord, the heavy Locust is just, he's gone. I mean, he'll be gone in my turn. But this Hexmark, he's going to fight the good fight. He's got pistols. He's got pistols. He's going to shoot, and he's going to see if he can't take out these guys. He's done quite a bit of work so far. Let's see how it goes. So shooting and fighting all packed into one. Shooting, we did a little damage with the Hexmark over here, but that was really about it. The rest of it came down just to charging and fighting. We charged in with the Scorpex. They did a ton of damage. I spent a command point to go sustained, and they really shredded over here. The sustain combined with their reroll hits when they charge is very, very strong. And then the Scorpec Lord, he did a little bit of damage on the impact and was able to do a little more damage to him. Lane opted to keep on the Scorpex, and so they got removed from those good old Thunderhammers. Lost our Locust Lord over here. Of course, our Locust Destroyer over here. And I decided I changed my mind. Instead of going after the tank, I just established a Locust back here just to get the points, because since I'm in the deployment zone. So that was it for my turn. We're going to pitch my other secondary, which I can't remember the name of it. Oh, recover assets for a command point. And, also the Overlord, as I mentioned, he picked up the squad, leaving just the captain behind. So that's where we go. All right, over to Lane and the Deathwatch.
So going pretty quick here. We don't have a left. We got don't have a lot of assets on the table left here. So I'm just putting my whole turn into one video here. So we've got Storm Hostile Objective and Overwhelming Force. Oath the Hexmark. These guys fired their plasmas into him and finished him off. The lieutenant here fell back, and these Deathwatch vets did pass their battle shock, and they threw grenades to finish off the Overlord. Then they charged in and punched the Scorpec Lord in his face a bunch of times with Thunderhammers and finished him off. That's about it. This, not doing anything there. I could have, that's about it. These guys are over here on the objective, so we're good. This is the only model DJ has left on the table, so last couple turns will be quick.
So this guy stands alone. I advanced. Used the strat to advance a charge, charged in here, and was able to smack these last 3 dudes away, utilizing the Locust Lord's ability to get full rerolls to hit and wound. into units that are below 50%. So took a risk and re-rolled his wounds and was able to proc 2 devs and 2 wounds, and we took those 3 guys out. So we had no prisoners and secure no man's land. Managed 4 points out of the turn, so he did good. Now let's let Lane try to blow him up.
Okay, so for my last turn, I pulled no prisoners and secured no man's land. I could have advanced these guys over and tried to wreck him, but then I would just lose that objective, and it's worth 4 points. So, yeah, we didn't do that. We tried to take him out, shooting the rhinos, throwing grenades, all that stuff. These guys are so hard to take out with their 5-up feel no pain and their durability and everything. So just didn't do anything. Even in combat, shooting combat, nothing, just took 2 wounds off of them. Grenades, everything. So now I come in and didn't do any damage, so DJ's going to punch back. DJ really wants to record this roll.
Because what I'm going to do, let's go back over here. So I have 4 attacks with him.
Yeah.
We're going to put 3 on this captain. 2 need to go through.
It's a lieutenant, so he does not have an invuln.
Okay, 2 need to go through to kill him. I'm going to put 1 on this stupid rhino with 1 wound remaining, and since it's below 50%, I get to reroll his wounds. So first, let's start with those 3 on the captain, hitting on 2s. Whew, and I have a CP. I will spend it for the sustain.
No. I'm sorry. We've already seen the dice here.
Oh, I'm dead. You crush me. And now toughness.
4.
4. So 2s. You don't get rerolls here, but you do take a dev, and you have 2 saves that are going to 2 saves at AP 3.
What? AP3? I hate Necrons.
And
okay, so he's dead, and 1 into the rhino.
1 magical dice into the rhino. Which becomes 2. 2 magical dice. Strength 10 because of the detachment. That's 2 wounds at AP 3.
Okay. Oh man, I didn't roll 2 6s.
Yay! I got him. See if he explodes. He didn't explode. Yes. So at the end of the game, Locust Lord stands triumphant.
Oh. All right. We're gonna add up some points here. We'll be right back. So despite what's this guy's name?
Locust Lord, despite his valiant last stand and punching my lieutenant away and my rhino, still didn't help swing the scoreboard enough, because our final score here is going to be Necrons 45, DeathWatch 70. Necrons 45, DeathWatch 70. So brutal game. DeathWatch does have a few units left on the board. Not this rhino. He's dead. Oh, yeah. He got both.
We got these guys back here, Combi Weapon Lieutenant, these guys, a Rhino. So a few units, but everything's been chiseled away pretty well. Very bloody game. A lot of power in both of these detachments. Obviously, the most power comes from the DeathWatch vets getting full rerolls into Xenos. So that's probably the biggest factor in this game. So follow us over to the post-game chat. We'll talk it all out, and have a good one.